Hey my friends, welcome to Gamer Mall Marketer TV. I'm your host Jennifer Patterson, and today I wanted to talk about mindsets. So first let me start with a little story. I was on Facebook, I don't know, I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before, and I was talking to a mentor of mine, and I managed to say something that when I read it back I realized it was actually kind of negative about myself, and it made me had to stop and think and ponder on why I had these negative attitudes about myself, and where were these mindsets coming from, because honestly part of it, when I read it back, it's almost like that's not even really true, so why do I believe it? You know, for a very, very long time I've had this mental image of myself that is so very different than the one that people have of me, and it's probably the one that other people have is actually more true than my own, because you know that saying that, you know, you're almost your own worst critic? Well, you know, it's kind of true. There's many things about me that I'm very critical of, or I just don't like about myself, or I almost use as a crutch or an excuse to explain why I'm not seeing the results that I want. And it's not that I'm not seeing results, they're just not coming as quickly or as big as I would like, but you know, that's, you know, comes with time, and oh well. But sorry, you know, I've been trying to share with people my story of how I've overcome, you know, when let's back up a little. Let's see, when I started school way back a long time ago in kindergarten, I was the little girl at the table sitting there bawling because I did not want to be separated from my parents, and I was afraid to be surrounded by a bunch of strangers, and I was that shy and that introverted. But naturally over the years I had learned to come out of my shell and be more extroverted, and even in college nobody would have considered me an introvert because I was more outgoing than a lot of the other people. But in my mind I still thought of myself as that shy little girl that was in kindergarten. Even when I was talking to people on the inside, I was completely terrified and on the almost like on the feeling on the verge of tears a lot, but I just forced myself to communicate with people because I knew it was for the better. And you know, I have come even this week and recently to realize that even though my mental image still believes that I'm there, I've started paying attention, and I'm noticing when I talk to people, those fears and those feelings of dread aren't there anymore. So am I really an introvert? And I had to really think about it. You know, and maybe a part of me does prefer to be internal and to think and to keep things to myself. But if I were truly full-fledged introvert, I would probably be terrified to be on this camera right now. So whether I'm an introvert or an extrovert, I don't know if it really matters, because we can all do things that we want to do. But what I do know is by forcing myself out of that shell and by taking the steps I've needed to take to you know, be able to connect and communicate with people, the fear is no longer there, and I'm probably not really a full-fledged introvert anymore like I used to be. And so I need to adjust that mental picture of myself and stop allowing that crutch to slow me down, because I can be whatever I want to be, and you can be whatever you want to be. If you want to become an extrovert so that you can do better at something you're wanting to do, you can do it. If you want to be an introvert because that helps you be better at something you want to do, you can do it. It doesn't matter who you are or what you are. It's all a matter of what you want to be and what's a positive spin on who you need to become in order to achieve what you want to achieve. So, you know, my chosen profession is internet marketing, and so I'm going to have to communicate. I'm going to have to connect, so I'm going to have to be an extrovert. But the thing is I don't mind, I don't care anymore, because it's no longer a fear factor. You know, and I even enjoy it, because with each person that I reach out and touch, it's even one more person's life that I'm affecting in a good way, a positive way, because each person that learns from my experiences, it helps them on their journey to success. And that's awesome, because in my heart of hearts, I really care more about helping people succeed than necessarily seeing my own success, even though I know my own success is a byproduct of those other people succeeding. And there's nothing wrong with success. It's, you know, unfortunately, in our American society, we almost look at successful people as if they're shysters or slick salesmen or evil, and they're not. They're just hard-working people who brought a solution to the market that fixed a problem for a whole lot of people. I mean, look at what Steve Jobs did with Apple. Without him, we wouldn't have iTunes or iPods and digital music. Without Bill Gates, we wouldn't have Windows computers that almost everyone has if they don't have a Mac. And also with Steve Jobs, you have Mac computers so that you have a choice outside of Windows if you want something different. But, you know, even though these people gained success by it, they helped so many more people by bringing them a product that benefits their life. So it's okay to bring products to the world that benefit somebody and to succeed by making profits from your products. Your knowledge is valuable. My knowledge is valuable. Everyone has something of value to share, and it is worth money to spend on something valuable. It's only poor people with improper mindsets who are worried about getting everything in life for free. And that's not the person you want to be. The person you want to be is the one who wants to give value and receive compensation in exchange for that value. Because if your customers do not pay you for your value, they're not going to use it, they're not going to value it, and it will not benefit their lives. That doesn't mean you don't give away something for free from time to time. Like this video, you're not paying for it. So there is something you can give for free in terms of building that relationship. But when you get to the deep nitty-gritty stuff that's really going to 100% or 200% or 300% affect and change someone's life, it needs to have a price tag. And you're actually doing them a disservice if you don't put a price tag on it. And this is some of the things that I'm learning right now through Mark Culberson's Solomon CEO program, because I know I've had so many improper mindsets and fears and guilt about many things, and I'm just an improper mindset, and I really am doing people a disservice by not creating my products and not putting them out there for sale, because I've spent a year and a half or more gaining all of this knowledge on how to get started in internet marketing and how to put it into action and even get results from it. And there's so many people on square one of, I don't even know what step one is, that could benefit from that expertise. So you'll see in the coming days, I'm working on some stuff to put out there for your benefit that I will be selling, so that you don't have to hunt it all down the way I did and spend hours and thousands of dollars trying to learn it all. It'll be in one nice, neat little package so that you can get started and get going without having to waste time, money, and energy and, you know, take the shortcuts, because that's what I do. I spend money on the shortcuts to learn it faster, because I can tell you from having done Google searches, you're going to find way too much information, and the stuff that's easy to find is usually crap. Not always, but usually. So that's my thought for today. Whatever you know, whatever you are an expert at, it is valuable, and you need to put value on it yourself. And if you don't value it, your customers won't value it. So you need to value you. But that's my thought for today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.